Welcome to the Heartbreak Hub. Welcome to the Heartbreak Hub. Welcome to the Heartbreak Hub.
Let's chat, right? I was so different.
You go through
She
that.
was so into me. She sent me
The family was cool with me as a
family friend.
I was like, we're okay. You can come to our house, we can be in a
She
room.
was in another relationship for 6 years. So I was in a relationship within a relationship.
Hello and welcome to the Heartbreak podcast. It's your boy Sia, the love technician, and today in the house we've got a guest, ladies and gentlemen. And this guest, let me have them introduce themselves. So, do you care to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do, etc, etc.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tinomdeshi Michael Garikai. Most people know me as Gary, I guess. I'm a law student at GZU and also the founder of Jada IT Marketing and Managing. Search that up on Instagram and on Facebook as Jada Tech. Yeah, basically that's it.
So, yeah, here at the Heartbreak podcast, our sole objective is to communicate and liaise on that one heartbreak that you had in your life. So before we dive into that, can you just give us a brief background of how you met this specific person and how you ended up falling in love before the initial heartbreak? Just a brief background about the relationship that you had. Just a brief item.
I'll try to keep it brief because it's not really brief. So then I learned with this person. In fact, I knew this person from way back because like our families are friends.
Oh,
So
family friends.
Yeah, so these people are colored, right? So I grew up with this person, but we hated each other until I saw them until I was like probably 17 years. That's when I started, really talking to this person, being friends with this person.
Yeah. This family type of situation. So what happened?
A lot.
The least we can start off by how beautiful was the relationship in the moment? Like, did you enjoy it
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the first 3 years.
for the first what?
3 years.
You literally were with someone for 3 good years.
Not 3 years, 4 years.
Wow.
3 years were so beautiful. 3 years were perfect. And the fourth year, I was,
But since she's someone that you knew, what made you fall in love with her?
at first I hated her, right? I won't lie. The push factor was, the comments from the boys. That was the push factor. Because, I met her in town the other day. When I was my friends, Atida Ishi and all those guys. And they're like, no, animal one. Yeah. This girl is beautiful. I was like, you know what? I know this person. That's when I got her number. Then I started talking to her again.
Okay,
So,
understood.
the push factor was the boys.
I think we need to make one thing clear. We're not going to name drop. Why? Because people are going to be skeptical. Because when we look at the bigger picture, I'm sure this person, since you guys broke up, this person is already seeing someone else. So the least we can do is minimize, having names, and just we can call them A and B, if that's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah,
definitely.
can you just now dive into what really happened? What transpired for you to end up saying, well, this relationship had me, heartbroken at the end of the day?
So what happened is, I was in a relationship with her for 4 years. But she was in another relationship for 6 years. So I was in a relationship within a relationship.
Wow, this just took a wild turn. So when you dived into this relationship, did you know that she was already in another relationship?
I knew, right? But then she lied. No, I'm going to leave this guy. I'm going to leave this guy. So I was like, obviously she's going to leave the guy. Then
What made you believe that she was going to leave?
the way she made me feel like I was the only one. She made me feel like she would never love anyone else.
But you knew that there was someone.
Yes, but then I'm sure she didn't love the guy like me. I don't know.
But
For the first 3 years, I felt like that. But the fourth year, when he started coming back, then I realized, this person.
so in these 4 years of being together, what was the most iconic or the most beautiful moment? That moment that says that you can, tell Avon like this person in this moment was the one.
What happened is she didn't know how to drive, so I taught her to drive, and I taught her to reverse a car from our house, right? When her dad wasn't there, her dad wasn't always at home, so then I taught her to drive to reverse the car. So she would always steal her car, right?
So in short, you're saying you taught her how to steal.
Yeah, so then she would steal her car and come to my place, get me, then I would drive, then, we would park somewhere.
But people want to know. You'd park somewhere and do what?
Talk how we're in a relationship, we're talking.
Just talking. Every time, steal the car just to go out there and sit and talk.
I'm a Christian guy, so it's talking.
Alright, I
That's
understood.
as far as I go. I was just talking to her.
Which is something that makes sense. So throughout the course of this relationship, did you notice any red flags from your point of view? I understand when you're in love, sometimes your judgment might be a bit clouded.
Love is blind. In the first 3 years, I did notice things like sometimes you just disappear. Then, when I was on a call with someone would call, then you say, it's my mom calling, right? I did suspect sometimes, or you'd plan to meet in town, then sometimes she would just ditch me, right? But then she was always saying, family issues, and love was so blind that I believed it. Everything she said, I believed. I actually felt like I was the one troubling her if I kept asking her what was happening.
Ish. So in these 4 years, if I can put it, you were not seeing anyone. You were not doing anything with anyone else. You didn't have feelings for anyone else, or you were just, saying, "This is my person. I have to be loyal." And
I really thought I would marry her, guys.
you thought,
Yeah.
and then which is something that I understand because a part of me relates to you, but that's a story for another
This was
day
my
for me.
first heartbreak. That's why it hit so hard. My first heartbreak.
So yeah,
I was genuinely into the girl.
So what really happened for the relationship to end? Like, can you get into context on what happened? Because as much as you're saying that you were seeing the red flags, but you ignore them because like you were saying, love is quite blind, and
I know how we're together, we're cruising. I wouldn't see red
Get-
flags. I would ignore them. What's a license, right? They should come get me now. Just imagine that the dad's not there the whole time. He comes back around 12 a.m., right? So then anytime when 11 p.m. she calls, are you there? I want to come get you. Then, why not? So when the relationship is like that, guy, you kind of get blinded now. You don't really, you close your eyes when you see something.
so then what happened? Because in the moment you were solely focused on the person, right?
The so-called ex started showing up, popping up. Then at a certain point, right, this is what happened. We're at a gaming place, right? A new gaming place out over there. Was it 4 years ago?
Okay.
Right, so it's an upstairs, that's a double story. Then I'm with her. Then the ex showed up. And he said, Stan, this is my ex. I want to talk to him.
But
Then they decided, you know what? I'm coming back. I want to get some things from my ex. But in my head, I'm telling myself, those people broke up 2 years ago. Right?
but in the moment, like you stated, you knew that was this the same person that was there, or it was a different person?
It's the same person.
It's the same person. But when you started dating her, you knew that there was someone else.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
I read the charts and things like that, and things were so cold. And I was like, this is going to end. This is definitely going
wow.
anytime. Because my charts and her charts and his charts, right, are so different.
you go through
She
that.
was so into me. She sent me videos, pictures, cute, nothing sexual. But I would tell myself, nah, I'm lucky. Like, I found my one.
So when the so-called ex came back, how did that make you feel? In the moment.
Because I read the charts, I wasn't, insecure or anything. I was like, well, this guy's so trying. Let me leave him. And let me tell you, I am a soft person, but I am violent sometimes. If I was bigger than the guy, I would definitely attack him. But now the guy was big, man. He's colored also. And those colored ones that here the gym and they're so bigger. So, this guy, let me leave him. When she was like, I'm coming back, it's like, let her go. I'll be waiting for her.
Did you feel Well, how did you feel in the moment? Like, when your girlfriend is living with their ex, and you're just there, and you're spending a good time together. How did that make you feel in terms of your emotional state when you were just talking to her afterwards?
Love is blind. That's all I can say.
Were you that? I don't know.
I was that blind.
Were you that blind?
I
I understand you wear glasses, but were you that blind?
I wasn't wearing glasses at the time. I couldn't see.
But ash, I love. That's a beautiful thing until it's not.
And you know the ex, right? I started talking to the guy, then we became friends.
How and why?
These are colored people, right?
Yeah.
So they have that thing where, their families are also friends. And my family was friends with her family, right? And also I had, family gatherings where that guy also showed up. So I got to the point where I started talking to the guy.
But you started
Became
talking.
friends.
You started talking to this guy when you were still dating the girl, or when it
still
was
dating.
over.
I was still dating her. And I started talking to the guy.
Don't you feel like that was toxic for your relationship and for your friendship at the same time? Because I'm sure now you and the guy were
The
friends.
guy would always tell me, nothing's happening. Don't worry. Bro.
Okay.
And he convinced me so much. I'm like, no, definitely nothing is happening. But who knew? Because the things I found out later, bro.
I'm putting myself in your shoes right now, where you're saying, well, let me give an example like this, where you're my friend, but you're dating my ex, and we're also friends. Doesn't that feel like some level of toxicity in your life? Like, for you as an individual, was that not toxic though? Or in the moment you're just like, you know what?
In the moment, I
I forgive this guy. We are now friends as much.
I didn't even care. At that time, because, it's always about what you have to lose. You get what you benefit from the person and what you're going to lose. Because I couldn't act a certain way because I knew that she would probably get angry or, and I was so in love, I was so attached that I didn't even want me and her to break up. So I was scared, if I start this topic, and what if we break up? Where am I going to be left with? Because I cut everyone off. Right?
You
What else would you want? She gave me everything. Non-sexual. She gave me everything.
You don't have to emphasize. You don't have to emphasize because at the end of the day, I understand you're human. There's certain things that you'll feel comfortable talking about, and there's certain things that you are not going to be able to talk about. But what was the hardest part of the experience? Because I understand you were in love,
Yeah.
but there were always, the difficulties that come with the relationship. Like, what was the hardest part or the hardest experience that you faced in the relationship?
The hardest part wasn't what she did. The hardest part was her family. And her family liked the other guy and they didn't like me. The family was cool with me as a family friend. And we okay. You can come to our house, we can pay the room, fine. Right? But when it comes to dating, she was always like, I can't say the name of the guy. Why don't you leave B for A? Why are you with B instead of A? Huh?
And when it comes down to families, how did that make you, feel as a guy to have your girlfriend's family choose someone else over you?
Well, at first it did affect me, I won't lie. Because I actually thought, those people are probably racist. Because the guy's color, they say he's better than me, right? But then, after she comforted me, I started feeling like, this doesn't matter. Because she was telling me, don't worry, they'll come around. When I dated him, that's what they were also saying at first. It's like, So then,
But now, let me ask you the difficult question. I understand this is your ex, but was the guy better than you?
yes, it was. I,
In the moment, did you see?
I was 18.
How old is the guy?
The guy was 18. Taller than me, stronger than me. He had a car. He had 2 cars, in fact. And I used to have to admit.
Are you admitting now, or in the moment you were just blinded?
At the moment, he was better than me. Not right now.
Oh, right now you're better than him.
Now he's into alcohol and all that. And he's now slimmer than me. I'm bigger than him now. I have a better life than him now. I'm a Christian now, and the other day I had a conversation with him and was like, I don't believe in God anymore. I was like, now I'm better than you.
Yeah, which is a good thing at the end of the day. But on a daily basis, how did the heartbreak affect you? Like, uh, I think you
The
never
first day,
you never got into the context
you
of
know,
how it actually ended. So I think we need to understand how you woke up. Either she said, "Ah, you know what, we're done,"
I had
or
to end it. And you know why? She was never going to end it. She just kept me close. At first I was a plan A, then the guy was a plan B. Then we switched. Then the guy was now the plan A, I was now the plan B. And you know what? I got in an argument with this guy. What he did, pulled out his phone, went to his gallery. Then he started showing me videos of them
together,
naked,
together.
pictures of them kissing. Then I told him, nah, this is probably how long ago. And he started showing, the phone's showing info. I went, oh, this is recent. And the other day, it was on a Tuesday. I remember that. It was on a Tuesday.
You know, it's a serious
Yeah.
heartbreak when
She
someone
came.
understands, when someone knows the dates.
She came to my place, right? Then 30 minutes, she were in the house, I in the dining, my family knew us, but then it wasn't.
You know, just a
Yeah,
general thing.
yeah. So then, yeah, we're in the dining room sitting. Then someone calls her. So she said, I have to rush. She reverses the car. She leaves. Right? On a Tuesday. Then I got an argument with this guy on a Saturday. Then the same, when I was that guy when he showed me the pictures, right? Information. That Tuesday. I said my mom is calling. Hey, my mom fell down, broke her ankle. I have to rush take her to a hospital. And the same time she left, an hour later she saw the guy kissing the guy.
Wow. And you put two and two together. So when the guy,
That wasn't 2 and 2. That was 50 and 50. 800.
ish, yeah, when I'm having this type of conversations, I'm always eager to put myself in one's shoes. What was your reaction to seeing the videos, and to knowing that someone that you cared for
Right.
was doing something else with someone that you knew, someone that you were calling a friend? How did that make you feel, though? In the
Firstly,
moment.
I would like to say I was calling him a friend just because I wanted to keep an eye on him. I
Oh,
wanted to,
you're
yeah, I
keeping
want to
your
see his
enemies
movement.
close.
Yes. Then it broke me. That was my biggest heartbreak. Because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I even asked her, and she was like, it's nothing deep. I just got
But
caught
for
up
you,
in
it
the
was deep.
moment. Oh, it was deep. And you know what she used on me? This is what she said. The problem is, I'm colored. So, we don't really take those things deep. I'm colored, it's not that deep.
But for you, it was deep.
Oh, it was deep. Oh,
And how did this, from the moment that this happened, what was your initial reaction like towards the relationship on its own?
I broke up with her
How?
instantly.
How?
I called her, told her it's over. Then one day without talking to her, right? The night I broke up with her, guys, people will tell you that I couldn't sleep. It's true. People don't sleep. You won't sleep. Oh, sleep. You see yourself sleeping after heartbreak. You're still new to this. You don't know what a heartbreak is. You don't know what a real
The
heartbreak is.
question is,
I didn't.
I always hear people talking about not eating, etc, etc. Did you eat?
I didn't eat. I didn't eat. My mom had to call her mom.
You told your mom.
I told my mom. If it's a serious heartbreak, you tell your parents. I'm telling you. If it's
But
that deep, you tell your parents.
yeah, now I think we're getting to where I was heading. Because now the question is, how did your mom react to the situation? Like, what?
Parents, right?
Yeah,
Parents always like, zvinowanikwa mwanangu, takatombobva neko, growing up, you get heartbroken sometimes. That's nothing deep, right?
but it was deep.
To me, I felt like I would never recover. I felt like I would never love again. I started hating females.
Yeah,
Even at school. People knew that this guy and girls, he hates girls.
for no apparent reason, other
And,
people were
and
suffering.
to date, I really kind of have that kind of hate for some girls. If I start talking to someone in the end, they kind of remind me of that person. I instantly hate them.
But do you feel like that is a good thing for you as an individual? Like hating some,
It's not a good thing, but I am working on it.
okay, if you're working towards it, but then on obviously it took you, some time to get over this person.
Do you know it took me time? It took me 1 year plus to get over. I actually got better when I was probably 19. Why? Because I broke up with her. Then she came back. I spent a whole day without talking after breaking up with her. Then 2 days later, she came to my house. Everyone was at home. She comes, starts talking to my mom. Says, "I know, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. What, right?" Then, of course, I was blind. Got back together.
Who am I to judge? Love is blind. But
Got back together.
now,
I thought my mom was like, she's saying she's sorry,
but
don't trust her,
but
Because my mom was always giving me lectures. Why are you this hurt? I see you were sleeping together. I told you not to sleep with girls. You're not old enough for that. You start doing that when you're working, when you have a degree, when you now live alone. I was like, I'm not even doing that with her.
But now the question is what I don't even know how to put this question out there.
Let me tell you.
Why did you get back together with someone who
I was attached? You don't leave. When you're attached, when you're really attached, you don't leave. And I didn't have a plan B. I did try to date right around the time I was recovering, right? But it didn't even make sense to me. Because after she came back, we broke up again. Then I think in the span of a year, we got back together almost and broke up almost like 8-9 times.
But was that healthy for you?
It wasn't healthy for me.
Now, this was some deep connection that you guys had.
You know what helped me really get over, like, so that officially I'm over this person? It's because I had built my life around her, right?
Oh.
I didn't have time for other things. So now I had to build my life around something else. That's when I found Jesus Christ.
So in short, you're saying it took you a year plus to get over a person, but in this 1 year and a couple of months, if I can put it like that,
Yeah.
you were doing this on and off thing.
Yeah, we're on off for the whole year.
But was it sustainable for both of you, or you were just doing it because she was there?
She was just having fun playing with my feelings. That's it.
But you allow. My question is.
I was attached. I'm telling you, I couldn't.
But
and even my friends were telling me, why are you still there? Why are you still there? But the thought of him leaving me and dating someone else, right? And she was also now talking to my friend.
But I think who was the one person, or what was the one thing that had you focusing on your healing aspect? I'm looking at it from a perspective where I'm saying, who was the person that initially had you focus on Jesus? Like you said, now that's when you found Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, who was that person who had you through the healing process? If I can, put it like that.
My brother.
Like, how did he do it?
This is what happened. My brother invited me to church. I have a guy. At first, the first person who invited me to church was a guy who lives next door.
Okay.
And to me now is like a brother to me.
Yeah, which makes sense.
So then he told me, come to church. Then I refused. He's big and muscular, so he forced me to church.
Yes.
I remember he forced me. I was like, no, you're always in your room. You're not as happy anymore. Let's go to church. Right. Then my brother also started talking to the guy next door. He's not happy anymore. What's happening in his life? And I won't lie. I did have suicidal thoughts.
Because of a relationship.
Yes, because you're telling yourself, I built my life around this person, so why am I leaving anymore?
Like, every decision that you made revolved around her.
If we're going out as a family, right, I'll tell her, tell your family that we're going this side so we can go together.
So that
she can't get me with her car, then it'll be just 2 of us in a car, like, let them go, them, me and her.
So everything literally revolved around the relationship, from whatever you were doing in life.
Yeah.
She was the first person that you thought of.
Yeah. And this is also what affected me. One of the reasons why I was also attached is this. She would let me go out with her car. Let me tell you this. She would let me go out with her car, even when she was not there. And I was also playing with this guy that had cars. So, I actually felt like I belonged. And this guy saying, let's go out. Can I take your car? Like,
so now it was a matter of you.
Everyone knows that I'm driving
her.
this car. It's not about trusting her. Everyone knows that he's driving this car.
Oh, her car was your car.
Yeah. And when everyone asked me, I was like, how we bought it together? We bought it together. I'm lying.
Or now you're lying for the sake of the
I was asking
relationship.
myself, hey, back to zero.
But it's not like,
What am I going to tell people?
but it's not like you had something.
I told you, I don't have anything.
But in the moment, you felt
think
like
of
you had everything because you had built your life around her.
My brother also trusted her. You know, she was also talking to my brother. When we broke up, my brother talked to her. Then he was like, you know what? She talked to my mom, she talked to my brother. And I felt like, this person really loves me.
Because she's close to my family. She's
But
close to
our
those people.
last breakup, she told me that I was just enjoying playing with you. If you really think I'm serious with you, then it's like, newsflash. I never broke up with the other guy. You know, he cheated. Then I had to make him my plan B. Then I made you my plan A. But anyways, I realized that let him come back as a plan A and you're now the plan B. She told me everything.
Straight up.
That's when reality hit me. That's when I realized, this person, I'm never going back.
Guys. Who are you dating out there? I'm not going to, shame the person because you know what? At the end of the day, when we look at the bigger picture, what did you learn about yourself when it came down to, this
Firstly,
type of relationship?
you're not going to shame the person. I'm saying right now, shame on you. If you're watching this, shame on you. It's not going to shame you. I'm shaming you. You know, I've healed. I'm over it. Now it's something I talk about. Everyone laugh.
Yeah.
My friends laugh about this. Right. One thing I learned is how love makes all of us blind.
But is it a bad thing though?
It's a bad thing. My advice.
Why?
Why? Because when you're blind, you let your guard down, and you ignore certain things. So then, at this point in life, I feel like now I know that there are certain things that I will not ignore.
Well, can you humor us and tell us those nitty gritties that you're not going to
Even the small things. And talking to her, then she says, someone is calling me. My mom is calling me, and yeah, sometimes you can understand, right? But then you have to realize it's not like a cycle now. If you realize there's always an excuse.
it's
You
something
meet her in town and say, I have to go now. I'll see you tomorrow. Just the way someone says it, right? Then you realize, this person is the same as that person. Because girls are smart in this generation, guys. I can assure you. And half of the population are cheating, if not half, more than half. Girls are smart. And the thing is, guys, we mature late. Right.
Also, now it comes down to maturity.
Yeah.
I think you're diving into the conversation.
But-
That's a bit. I feel like it's a bit tricky because I'm sure when you were dating this person, you're around 17, 18,
18. Yeah.
somewhere
from
there.
16, 17, 18.
Yeah, which means on its own you were actually young,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's not something that you can look back at and say, I'm proud of this relationship. But obviously, there's the good moments in every relationship. I feel like
I am proud of it because it really made me who I am. Now I'm smart. Now you can't trick me. Never. Now you can never trick me. Now. You can never.
well, personally, I beg to differ. Why am I saying this? You will meet someone who's also been played by someone. Now they're also smart, and you say you're also smart. So
know.
it becomes a tricky situation.
They're saying that iron is forged in fire. those years I was on fire. Now I'm iron. I can't. You can't.
But what's your ideal type of relationship? Would you say that relationship that you were in was the picture perfect relationship that you wanted?
The ideal type of relationship is the relationship I am in right now.
Oh,
That was nothing. That was nothing.
people are moving. People are moving on. Now I feel like now I feel like diving into the new relationship.
No, dive in.
But before I do that,
Yeah.
I want to understand how you eventually, transitioned from going to church and then saying, you know what, I have healed now, I am ready for something new. Like the healing process. Because you just don't wake up and say, you know what, I'm okay.
Here's what happened. I told you the guy next door, my brother, he forced me to go to church. I was so heartbroken. I even want to go to church. So I'm not to church. Why? Pray for what? Right? If I'm just broken, right? So then they forced me to go to church. At a certain point, they had to, men handle me and take me to church. And I was wearing, what I was wearing, bro. So then after they realized that these people are not going to stop forcing me, like, I know, you know what, let me go to church with them. Then God really opened my eyes, right? Then I really learned that there's no perfect relationship without God. There's nothing as a perfect relationship because there are no perfect people. But we can have a perfect relationship which is God centered. Why? Because God is perfect. So if we're looking for perfection, God is.
Everything has to be centered around God.
If there's no God in the relationship, no. And I'm telling you, all of you this. If there's no God in your relationship, if you're doing whatever you're doing without God, chai,
It's
bound to
gone.
fail. Right now, you might feel like it's never going to end, but then, it
But,
will
but
end.
but at the end of the day, this is where I want to take us. Your new relationship, if I can put it like that, is centered on God. But obviously, it's not perfect. Like you said,
It's not.
the only perfection in that relationship is having it God centered. But what are the things that you learned from that old relationship that you're applying in the new one?
Things I learned in the old relationship.
Yeah, that you're applying in this relationship. Not necessarily the bad, even the good. Because obviously you're heartbroken. There's, you let your guard down and someone,
The old relationship taught me to love. Because, mind you, I was forgiving this person, right?
yeah.
And when you're now in a new relationship, as much as you might tell yourself, I'll never forgive people for doing this or that, you also learn to forgive. Relationships, guys, if you want to, be together for a long time, you have to forgive. We have a problem as guys, we tell ourselves, inandithu izvozvo inakandiita izvo ndomusiya. But sometimes izvozvo zvakutoitirwa ka, just forgive the person. They are not perfect.
But does it not come down to the type of situation? Like, for instance, your ex, the one that broke your heart, you've arguably your first heartbreak.
Yeah.
You're forgiving this person, but was it necessary, or you were just lenient because you were attached? Because now there's a difference between forgiveness and
Before that relationship, right? I was in, small relationships. Before that, and I wasn't forgiving people, certain things would happen, then I'll say, I'm leaving you instantly.
but was it not because you didn't care?
At that time, I didn't. I didn't. People would always disappoint me when I was about to kill. So when I got in that relationship that broke me, right, I had to forgive countless times, a plethora of times. I had to forgive, right? I had to keep forgiving.
If
In my new relationship, right, there are very few things to forgive. There are less things to forgive. So then I feel like the old relationship actually helped me.
learn to
Now,
forgive.
yeah, exactly. Now something happens, right? I won't rush into saying, let me leave. I'll be like, no,
You want to understand.
I've been through worse. So then, yes, she did this. She slept without saying good night. Let me forgive her. She didn't say good morning. In fact, she didn't say good morning. Let me say good morning.
Yeah, if you put it like that, it makes a bit of sense. But what now that you are in another relationship that you've healed,
Yeah,
what is the base? Like you said, God is the base and the foundation of your relationship.
yeah,
But obviously, you're having problems when it comes down to a God-centered relationship.
yeah.
What's in the moment, if you don't mind talking about it? What's the
So
biggest
firstly,
problem that you faced?
I would like to say, state the problems that most people face when it comes to a God-centered
No,
relationship.
you face.
No, I want you all to understand this. Most people, right, face problems that have to do with sexuality. Because people feel like they're in a God-centered relationship. Then, boys, most of the time it's about boys, right? They just want to sleep with a girl, even if they're saying this is God-centered. If it's really God-centered, you're not sleeping together. That's the truth.
Which makes sense when
If it's really God-centered, don't sleep together. Me and my girlfriend, we don't even talk about sex. Talk about our goals. Talk about God. Right?
yeah, which
So
which means, like you said, That's your sole base and your sole foundation on the whole thing. But what are the challenges that, if you don't mind diving into that, what is one of the few challenges that you guys are
One
facing
of the
together?
challenges is actually, we go to different churches, right? She goes to church on a Saturday. I go to church on a Sunday. So it's not about any challenges within the God-centered relationship. Now it comes back to the churches. My church beliefs and their church beliefs.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
it's a tricky situation, but I think
So those way it clashes. I'll
I
give you an example. I can't give you a detailed example because people will know the church already or something, right? But then here's the thing. Let's say your church, their church, right? They say on Saturdays you don't take calls or you don't go to work on Saturday, right? Or on Saturdays you don't see your boyfriend. Then I feel like our church is free. You can do what you want. Well, their church they say girls shouldn't wear this, but if at our church girls are allowed to wear anything, that kind of clashes. Because I'll tell her wear this, right?
I think that is a topic that we will both have to dive into some other time, because that one is a tricky situation on its own. But I'm sure when you bump into your ex right now, like the one that broke you, how does she make you feel? Now that you have someone who has different morals, different goals, different etc.
You know, the thing I really appreciate about myself the most is when I healed. I didn't just heal by myself. God healed me, right? So I'll say this with confidence. When I bump into her, and I really do bump into her, I feel nothing. That healing from God, right? Leaves you with nothing. No pain, no hate, no what. Just leaves you with she did what she had to do, then it's fine. I'm moving on now. I'm doing my life. God
She's
is
doing her
blessing me.
life,
Yeah.
but has she ever, gotten back to you and said like, you know what, let's get back together?
She recently did.
Wow, which means
She
it's
recently came back to me. Then she was like, see you're doing well. I saw your brand, and I also found out that you're also running this, marketing and managing company. You must be making money. We should starting conversations like that. Like, hey, you're trying to be clever.
but
I was like,
in a moment I'm
yes.
just questioning myself and saying, if if you guys were to be left together for, let's just say, 2 days, do you think,
I would pray for her.
wow,
I would pray for her.
wow,
I would pray for her.
you in this moment, if your girlfriend is watching this, she's proud of you. She's super proud of you. I will say that, but in this modern day and age, and the way relationships are being taken for granted,
Yeah.
it's a tricky situation for other people. But like you said, your relationship
My
is,
healing came from God.
so everything
And
now.
I would never betray that. God healed me when I felt like there was no one who was going to heal me. I felt like I was going to die, but God healed me. So if I was ever left with her, if I ever get left with her, even for a whole week, a whole year, I would not betray God.
Oh,
I would not jump into the fire that He removed me from. Yeah.
people out there, a lot is going on.
Oh, Lord, go
But
for it.
like I always say, life is a beautiful thing until it's not. But I think when I look at your story, regardless of having your brother and your neighbor forcing you into going to church and everything, what else were you doing? Because obviously, I'm sure you would go to church on a Sunday, Monday to Saturday. What were you doing? Were you ever, deep in your thoughts and be like, but this person, she did me dirty? Or did the thought of, as much as you said, when it happened, you started hating
Can I
ladies?
name my friends?
I know, don't. I
I
don't.
can't.
Yeah, let's call them C.
I really wanted to say their names, but it's fine. So I have good friends, guys. my friends knew that I was going through a lot. So Monday to Saturday, they made sure that I wasn't idle. You understand?
Yeah, you're always doing something.
Yes. My friends were allowed to be at my house even until 10 p.m. So if they would come in the morning, leave late at night. Of course, sometimes I got deep in my thoughts.
Yeah.
Because you always question yourself, how could this person do this? How? Why?
But at the end of
What
the
did I do wrong? But sometimes, when you ask yourself, what did I do wrong? It's not really about what you did wrong. People are messed up out there, you know. People are really messed up. So that's not always about, what did I do? To anyone who's going through this, don't ask yourself, what's wrong with me? It's not you who is wrong. It's them who is wrong. It's them. They are the messed up person. Not you. They are messed up.
No, so in short, you're saying you were correct. You live.
I was okay. I'm proud of how I acted. I'm proud. I was in love. Yes.
Okay, so just to wind up, because I'm sure, yeah, we've been in this conversation for some time.
Yeah.
I have a few questions that that I just feel like I should ask, and I think the first one is: has your perspective on love changed after the heartbreak?
Yes.
How?
At first, I really viewed love as some fairy tale. But now I know love is not always based on feelings. At first, love was based on feelings. But I dare say love is what you do despite of how you feel. Even on the day you're not feeling your partner, you're feeling this person is boring, right? Love is being able to hold a conversation with them and not lash out. That's love.
Yeah, guys, we people are in love. People are in love. You hear those words, then you know someone is in love. And I think the next question is, well, for someone who's gone through a heartbreak, what would you advise someone who's going through a difficult time in the moment? Let's say someone is going
I
through
was
a
waiting for
heartbreak.
this. Go to church. If you don't go to church, pray. People think, I have a problem with people who think prayer takes too long or whatever. Right? Pray, guys. It works. I'm living evidence. I could be dead by now. But I prayed. God is amazing, guys. Jesus is amazing. Jesus loves you, and the love you're earning to have, right? You feel like, hey, you could really have more in life, you could really feel more in life. That love you're looking for, Jesus has that love. God has that love. So if you're going through a hard time right now, pray. Give your life to God. You'll never regret, I'm telling you. You'll never regret.
Yeah. The love technician. Hey, me being in my shoes right now, I'm just looking at everything that you went through and trying to comprehend if I would have survived. Cause like like I was saying, you you went through a difficult spell, went back, had difficult spells again. But when I'm listening to you right now, you're someone who has healed from, your past traumas, if I can put it like that.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell your ex about love right now? Your ex about love right now. If you were given, well, this is the platform. If you were to tell her something about love, what do you think you would tell her, or what would you tell her though?
I know you haven't changed. And there's hope for you. Besides having an alcoholic boyfriend who abuses you.
Wow.
Sorry for saying that. There's hope for you and your boyfriend. Start going to church. I heard they're married now. Not married, married.
Well, yeah, I
Our
understand.
culture,
It's different from
so
theirs.
they're living together now. I heard they moved together now. Yeah, if you're happy, you're happy, right? But then pray, give your life to God. Because I know you definitely haven't. So give your life to God. God is amazing. Jesus loves you and your boyfriend, your husband, whoever it is to you.
Guys, I, if I'm putting myself in his shoes, honestly speaking, I don't think I'd be sharing, advice like this. Honestly speaking, because you've been through a lot, my guy. But like you said,
Oh, please tell your boyfriend stop asking me for money for alcohol if he sees me in town.
yo,
Huh?
that is deep. Why does it feel like you still?
Yo, G, what's up? How you good, man?
Why does it feel now like you still have a thing for her? But anyways,
Nah,
anyways,
nah, nah, nah. Nah, I'm just having fun. But
uh,
really, you should stop asking me for money.
hey,
Where would I get $5?
the X. There's the message. We are here just to talk about it and share our thoughts about it. No one is right or wrong. Like at the end of the day, when you look at the bigger picture, it's about you know coming to a conclusion. And he's moved on. I'm sure she has moved on her end.
I am right and she was wrong.
That's your perspective.
Okay, it's fine.
Exactly, it's your
I have a
perspective.
girlfriend now, so I respect that and keep quiet.
Yeah. So I am introducing, what I like to call the heart check. It's a yes or no segment where I'll just ask you 5 fast questions as we, come to a conclusion. And, yeah, so this is a yes or no segment.
Sure.
So I think my first question, if I called your best friend right now, would they say you're actually over your ex?
Yes, definitely.
Have you romanticized a red flag before?
Yes.
Actually, I wanted to ask why, but hey, now I can't. Would you take them back even if you knew deep down they'd hurt you again, but they promised that they've changed?
You said yes or no.
Yes.
Apana pen never.
Yes or no?
No.
Oh, it's a big one. Question number 4. Have you ever hooked up with someone just to prove to yourself you could?
Unfortunately, yes.
Did you just say yes? Don't think about it. It's a yes or no question. Have you ever hooked up with someone just to prove to yourself you still could?
I was still healing, so yes.
Don't give the excuse. We just want a definite answer.
Yeah. I am.
If healing meant you'd never think of them again, starting today, would you choose it?
Yes, definitely.
Yo, guys. So courtesy of Illuminate Multimedia, shop number 26, Barter Center, where we're shooting. Special shout out to the CEO for allowing us to use this space. So, guys, thank you, Gary, for pulling up, sharing your story, and yeah, having an interesting conversation.
Anytime, man.
It was fun. On my end, it was fun. One day I'll be in that chair, someone else will be interviewing me, and I'm sure it's going to be difficult, just talking about the situation that you went through. So, lastly, I just want to say, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and to leave a review. It's always good to get feedback, positive, negative feedback, so that we can work on the podcast each and every day. But stay safe,
And pray.
stay blessed. Don't forget to pray. The Love Technician signing out. Peace, y'all.